Did you hear that? There was something that just moved in one of these two rooms.
We're documenting a structure that we found last night.
I'll go up to the house, bang on it, and say, "I don't believe."
Yeah.
Now,
What the fuck was that?
Did you hear that?
And we are back. Hopefully in better form this time.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Looks like it's doing a little better.
Looks better. Yeah, everybody's looking at their phones.
Yeah.
Yep. Just making sure.
Not me.
I was looking too. I'm guilty.
So once you're good to go, we can start.
Hi everybody, we're back.
Welcome back to Cryptic Heartland, episode 73 or 74, whatever it is.
74 and a
Reboot.
half.
74
So, let me see where we're at here on all this stuff. Okay.
Time for some evidence.
So you said that we're going to be going to the Kansas City Paracon?
Maybe.
Maybe?
Maybe, yeah, let's do it.
All right, maybe. Maybe.
We're gonna talk cryptids and
Yeah.
Yeah, we're actually gonna go talk about all the. I just want to like bump your arm so. But no, we're gonna be going to the Paracon to talk about cryptids and cryptids or whatever you want to call them.
Cryptids.
Bigfoot and all that stuff.
Yep. We got invited to hopefully go out there and do a presentation at this year's Kansas City Paracon. We've been wanting to go for the last couple of years. My problem is we always had an event the same scheduled out way ahead of time, the same weekend they do theirs. So, but this year we got invited to go out and we're gonna go do it.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
You're gonna have to because it's not till.
Man.
I was gonna look at the dates here real quick. Give me a second here. I'm pulling it up slowly but surely.
So from our own festival to the Kansas City Paracon to the conference or Bigfoot Festival, I guess you can say, out in North Carolina and stuff. So
Yeah, we're gonna be.
we've got a lot of traveling, a lot of good things going on.
Yes, sir.
I'm excited about that.
Excuse me.
But wow,
Yeah.
got some
Somebody else is excited for us too.
got some voices out in the background.
Yeah, this year the Kansas City Paracon is going to be August 2nd and August 3rd. It's their 8th annual conference. Like I said, we've tried to go the last couple of years, but we've been invited a couple of times. We just haven't had a chance to get out there for various reasons. But this year we're going to go be an actual guest speaker. So make sure you guys buy tickets for that too. And we'll have the, what's the word I'm looking for? Person who does it. The main guy. Jason, I don't want to butcher his name, but Jason like Kapusik or maybe I want to say. He'll come on the show here. And, what is it?
We'll go with Jason.
Well, there's Jason here, and
Jason.
but we'll have him on the show here in a couple weeks to help promote the actual Paracon itself, and then as a kind of return favor, we're going to get on his show also too, called the Ectoplasma Show out of Kansas City. We'll get on his show also too, so. We'll let you know in weeks ahead when that's going to go down, so you can watch our show and watch theirs too. So it'll be fun times. Yeah, 2nd and 3rd August.
Okay, 2nd and 3rd.
Yep.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
And
at
the thing
all.
is, there's like I said, it's the 8th annual Paracon out there. It's actually growing even bigger than he anticipated now because they're moving from the original location they did last few years to a brand new venue. So, and it's gonna be even bigger and better this year.
That's cool.
So yeah, I can't wait to get out there. And they do the same thing too, where they have a guest, list of vendors. They also have, speakers, and then they also do usually a ghost hunt that Saturday night, like we're doing too. So it'll be fun. Definitely worth it.
It changed location, you said?
Yeah, they're doing it different this year. So the new venue will be the
I wonder-
Kansas City Masonic Temple.
I wonder if where they're at, You said Masonic Temple?
Kansas Masonic Temple, yep.
Okay.
Kansas City Masonic Temple.
Okay.
Yeah, and our buddy Brandon Callahan has spoke the last 2 years out there too. He's talked about the books, his personal things he's doing, his documentaries and stuff, and just different things. So
I'm hoping that when Callahan comes in April to ours, he's said he may have a pretty good presentation ready to go if it's done filming and they've got the editing done. Something special for us for him to present for the very first time. So
Yep.
I'm kind of excited. I know.
That's cool.
Yeah, he said. Yeah, I'm not going to say too much, but he said, if it's done with the editing, he'll have it to do a big presentation on it. So
Yep.
to
That'll
present
be fun,
to
too.
the group. So I'm looking forward to that. I can't wait. The group of speakers are. It sounds like so much fun that we have coming up in April. We've got people from Colorado, Missouri, Arizona, and
Kansas
Wichita,
City.
and Kansas City. Yeah, it's going to be fantastic with the amount of people coming.
Yep. And we have
to
people
speak.
contacting us as far as, I think Illinois was one of them, and a couple other locations, maybe Iowa, I can't remember which one it was, that they wanted to maybe possibly do something. So, yeah, there's more people than just, it's not just us up there talking, guys, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot to offer there.
Yep.
Yeah, honestly, we're only going to be talking just Friday night,
Just as an introduction kind of
and
thing.
then the rest of the weekend is just us enjoying ourselves and
we'll be
listening
enjoying it
to.
with everybody else.
Yeah.
so.
Yep.
Jake's gonna have his Long Island iced tea in hand and and enjoying the whole time.
I'm getting a backpack with a Long Island.
Oh, man.
Straw back there.
Hydration
I
pack.
got a
yeah.
Camelback. How much do you think it costs to give him to fill that sucker out?
Oh, we can talk him into it.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
That would be awesome.
Don't want to let them loose out in the streets of Wilson by themselves,
It's kind of scary to think.
We took a tour,
Yeah.
that tour
It was
after
fun.
midnight, just checking the whole town
Hey,
out.
if it hadn't been for that, we wouldn't have heard the carriages.
Very true.
We did hear carriages, like horse and carriage going down the road,
Right
middle of the
beside
night.
I was gonna
right
say-
beside us.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sure it wasn't alcohol based.
No.
Jeremiah.
No. No, but then the fun part was we had the lady that had told us that lived there in town that had told us about the guy on the horse when she was getting ready to go to work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That him went by
Yeah.
her house there. So
The town itself is fantastic.
yeah,
It's a shame that not a lot of people know it's there.
Right.
I mean, it's just passing through. They may hear, but people know about Lucas up north,
Right.
with
the
the
Garden of Eden.
Garden of Eden, but the actual hotel, they may have heard about it. You see the boards, the signs and everything along the road, but I've taken people into Wilson. They're like, "This is here," I had no idea.
Oh, the highway kind of bypasses it,
Yeah.
so you don't really even see it.
Yeah, because it's on the way out to Hayes and
Right.
and Colorado and stuff like that.
There's a whole
So
lot of nothing up there. So
it's
it's easy to miss if you
nice. I mean, the
yeah.
hotel and everything in the town and the history
yeah.
with the fire, the deaths, and I mean, for
Well,
us
it's
that's
neat
kind of cool. I mean, it's history, but
Yeah.
but
It's history.
Well, it's neat, like over in the soda shop where they've got the one monitor there that just kind of scrolls through old historic pictures of the town,
yeah,
and then you can look at all those, and then you can actually go outside and see. Well, there's that building from the pictures, and there's that place from the pictures, and they're still there, so you can still look at them.
I wish they get the old Opera House back up like that
Yeah.
planned. Man, that would be neat.
Carl says the Dan and Jake are a little off there, but
We're on.
That's just because it's their personality,
that's
guys.
just-
You don't know them by now.
Bro.
You did say Leo and Jason are perfect, so
Yeah, yeah,
that
he
kind
did
of says
say
it
that.
all.
Yeah.
But so yep, no. Thank you guys for staying through the troubles. We had a little bit of technical difficulties, but looks like the feed's back and live and
I
as
can't
intended.
What are you looking for?
Game.
It's on top of the mic,
This, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
awesome.
right there.
but I think Jeremiah can control you guys too.
Yeah, I got it.
So
I got
we'll
it.
take care of you guys.
Yeah.
So yep.
I'll put my
you about ready,
Put 'em
sir?
on.
Yeah, I'm ready whenever you guys are.
Let's
Okay.
do it. Let's do
Evidence
it.
time. Let's do
I
it.
feel like we should do a
Let's
drum roll
do
or
it.
something, or something. You
All right,
decide.
so what, you start us off. What are we
Oh,
listening to
Yeah.
first?
Oh, yeah. We sound good now?
Yeah.
Okay. So people at home, we're gonna, like I said, go through our evidence. I don't know if you'll need headphones or not. We're gonna put ours on because we want to make sure we can hear them. Just some of the stuff may be a little bit hard to hear. Some of it may not be. I tried to adjust the levels as much as I could when I gave it to Jeremiah. But we're just going to take, like I said, a walk down memory lane, just some of the stuff we captured over the years, some of our greatest hits, and this is just a small few of what we caught. When Jeremiah is ready, I think we'll start off with...
I set it up in the order you sent it to
perfect.
me.
Let's do that then. So the first place we did, this was actually my second investigation with the team back in the days, 2010 or 11, whatever year it was.
10.
And this is when we got to go down and do the Carnegie Center for the Arts in Dodge City, Kansas. We've been there a couple times. Have you guys ever been down there with us? Ever?
I was there yesterday.
No, we've heard the story.
And Jeremiah, I don't think you've been there either, have you?
No.
Okay. So we'll have to go back out there and do that again, but we're not going to play everything we caught. We're just going to play a couple of the things we caught. The first one that we'll play was actually from the very first time we were down there, and it's pretty obvious what it is, but we'll talk about it, what it is here, and we'll away we go, I guess. So Jeremiah, take us away.
Okay. So just a footnote. When we go, I'm going to loop it through here about 3 times or so that everyone can hear it, and then hopefully we should be able to hear it in studio here. Yeah, you guys at home definitely, if you have the opportunity, you want to probably listen with headphones. And let's see here, what else? You won't be able to hear us talking during these, while these are playing. So, yep, with that in mind, I'm gonna set it off here. So,
okay.
Yeah.
I know that was kind of quick. You hear like a little, it almost, well, the way it looped, it was so short, it's almost like a heartbeat almost, but it wasn't. It was that kind of that sound. What it was is I had a mic station, or I had a digital recorder, my own set stationary up in the main area, and there's 3 levels to this place. There's the main area Portunda, there's the main floor, and then there's the basement. Nobody was up there at this time, and it was just, that's why it was kind of quiet other than this noise. And this is one of the gunshots we caught. And there should have been a gunshot there. It's a former, well, it's an art museum right now, but it used to be it's been a couple different things. It's been a restaurant, it's been a library in the basement, it's been kind of like not a speakeasy, but it's more of a, I don't want to say bathhouse, I can't think what it's called. It's where up on the very top they used to have, like we'll say restaurant bar kind of thing. So, but yeah, there was no gunshot. That happened inside the building. So I don't know if you want to try to play it one more time, knowing what it is, Jeremiah.
Yeah.
It's just that sound.
It does sound like a heartbeat.
Yeah,
here.
it's because the clip is so short that when Jeremiah loops it, it's repeating itself so fast. It's like a heartbeat.
All right, ready? And away we go.
So yeah, it's just that sound. I could have let it out, a lot of dead air between before and after, but I was like, I don't have to have you guys listen, do this, nothing but dead air. And there was no gunshots happening because we know that for a fact, because across the street is a club. You would have heard the music playing, and this, I don't know what time it's been, almost, how many years ago? Over 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I don't remember what time of day or night it was, but it was probably in the middle of the night. We were there till about 3 in the morning, so, and there's nothing going on. But we would have heard gunshots, we would have ran, we probably ducked for cover, police would have showed up, kind of a thing. So. But no, that was just one little piece that we caught the first time we were down there. Nothing special, but it's a gunshot nonetheless. The thing is, and it's kind of weird, and I don't think I brought it tonight, but we went to the Santa Fe Depot, which a lot of people have gone. Obviously, we just had the event in January. We're going to have another one coming up in May. I caught a similar sound of that same gunshot there at the depot on the second floor, which back in the day, anybody got shot across the street and kind of like their, not really red light district, but their kind of district where the party happens, they would bring you to the hotel on the second floor and use it as a makeshift hospital. So I don't know if it's residual, if this is residual. I mean, I never heard anything about any deaths on the property at the Carnegie.
Right.
So who knows where this came from. But when Jeremiah's ready, the next one I'm going to play from the Carnegie is one of the last times we were down there, we did a public investigation, and this is in the basement where the library used to be, for the kids especially. And this is one of our it kind of brings a touching moment to me, because it was one of the last time I got to work with Larry, our deceased friend who was part of the team. He was in the basement with us. It was Paul and myself and Larry, and I think even Michelle might have been down there. But we had a group of people down there, and we heard some kids talking and different things. So when Jeremiah's ready, go.
Oops.
Gunshot, lies.
Sorry about that. Let me, that's what I did. Okay.
Not so
Okay,
easy.
now we'll try it again here.
Somebody's moving upstairs. I think it's Jason or them. Somebody's moving upstairs. I think it's Jason or them. Somebody's moving upstairs. I think it's Jason or them. Somebody's moving upstairs. I think it's Jason or them. Somebody's moving upstairs. I think it's Jason or them. Somebody's moving upstairs. I think it's Jason or them.
So I know you can hear me talking. I can hear some movement, and I knew Jason had a group of people on the very top floor, and I was like, oh, that must be Jason them moving, basically. But after I said that, you hear a breathy kind of a voice afterwards, and the best I can make out of it is saying, "These are kids." And it's like, "These are kids," but it's drawn out, and it's nobody in the group, because obviously you hear the pitchiness and bass in my voice. This is more of a whisper, kind of a breathy, drawn out sound. So
Right.
Go ahead and try that again.
Somebody's moving upstairs. I think it's Jason or them. Somebody's moving upstairs. I think it's Jason or them. Somebody's moving upstairs. I think it's Jason or them.
Oh, sorry.
You're fine.
Well, you might repeat what you just said, because the mic was cut
Oh.
out. Sorry.
I see your lips moving, but I can't make out the words. What I was saying was, after you hear me talking, whatever, and what are you doing? I'm kidding. You hear me talking and saying, "Oh, it must be Jason and them moving upstairs," basically. And as soon as I get done talking, there's a breathy voice after me that says, "These are kids." So once again, I was in the basement with Paula, Larry, and Michelle, and we were with a group of our the public with us, and none of them had said anything at that point. But it's the breathy voices informing us the movement that I was hearing. These are kids. So cool.
Yeah.
Oh, she said never mind. Okay.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out what's going on here. So these are all from the Carnegie Center for the Arts down in Dodge City. I always say that backwards. It's Carnegie Center for the Arts. The building says something else. I can't remember what it says on the outside. It's the opposite of what you say. So, and then this last clip, once again, is from the Carnegie. It's still in the basement, and we were chasing a little girl around, kind of down there, and Paula and I could hear her, and nobody else could hear her for some reason. I don't know why. And this is one of the times I think Paula's surprised by what she was hearing, because she was still new to the team, and she's like, "Is that what I'm hearing?" Because I remember her reaction was so genuine. It's like, yeah, it's right between you and Paula underneath this table. You could hear her. Because I said, and we actually had a millimeter out in a K2, and I said, I know where she's at. And I had a guest come up there, they had them in their hands. I said, go walk around here, and nothing was happening, basically. I said, do me a favor, reach underneath the table. Reach on the table, see what you find there. And sure as shit, as soon as they put the meters underneath the table, the thing lit up like Christmas. So I was like, I could hear her and see her. She was right there, but the guest couldn't for some reason. So, but when you'll hear a guest talking to her, and she's asking basically to play. So go ahead and play the third clip if you want.
We all came here to play with you. We all came here to play with you. We all came here to play with you. We all came here to play with you.
What do you think? Yep.
Okay, so you hear the guest say, "We all came here to play with you," and then, unfortunately, a guest talks at the same time, but underneath her voice, there's a little girl that comes through that says, "Come find me." So, you want to play? I'll play along. Come find me.
Yeah.
And it's real high pitched, but it's kind of hard in the background. Unfortunately, where I had my recorder at is not where she was standing by, you know. So she's playing around the room.
Right.
So it was just kind of a thing. It gave some weight because there was no kids on that public investigation that night. It was all, you know, paying adults, and the fact we're getting kids' voices interacting with us was, and where, especially the location of it being in the library section of the kids section, kind of gave it some weight.
Yeah.
So, any thoughts or anything, or any comments or anything?
It's definitely an interesting clip.
Yeah.
So.
It's always. I always find kids clips are always interesting, and sometimes it's downright scary or creepy because you know you hear all the voices everybody's going through, and then all of a sudden this voice comes through, and you're just like, And then you feel kind of sad a little bit. It's like a child's trapped here, maybe, or whatever.
Maybe,
right.
You don't even know it's always kids.
Yeah. It sounds like it most of the time. It doesn't mean that you're right. It may just be something pretending to be, or you know.
And Carl said that there's a shooting there in 98 or 99.
Oh, really?
And across the street there's one fatality.
Oh, you know what? I actually did know that. So, because I know back when I was growing up, going to school down there, that was like a teenage club at night right across the street, and people go down there, and there's always fights break out and stuff.
Right.
And I kind of remember some of that. So, yep, interesting.
I'd like to get you guys back in there because you guys have never been.
Right.
Let's
Yeah.
do it. Let's
Yeah.
go.
And it's just a
Like-
cool place for what it
Uh-huh.
is. Just going in there and seeing stuff and experiencing it. Yeah.
I was just in there yesterday and it just felt.
Yeah. And we talked.
We need to get back
Yeah.
in. You know?
Yeah.
We haven't done it in a while, so we need to get
Oh.
back in there and see it, and
that would be awesome.
Maybe even doing a small public event there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or split it up, one over there and one over here
Yeah.
at the depot
Yeah.
at the same night.
That'd be kind of interesting, something
Be
different.
fun.
Yeah, we talked about a little bit last week some of the stuff we caught there with the shush. I didn't put that on there, but
Yeah.
like the library, like I said, library, and we caught a shush there the first time
Right.
we were there, and just papers rustling and
It sounded like a stack of papers that were just shoved over.
Yep.
You just hear it down there in the front, and I think one investigator was actually sitting there at the table when it happened, and nothing fell over, but it sounded like a whole stack of papers
Wow.
shoved over. But
Wow.
Sorry, I'm laughing at Lena. She's making fun of me for saying kids are creepy.
Kids are creepy.
They are.
Yeah.
well, when they're in spirit form, heck yeah, they're
Yeah.
creepy.
Either way.
It doesn't matter. Is it spirit form or in the flesh? They're creepy. Yeah. Yeah.
Creepy and dirty.
My youngest daughter's nickname is Creepy Little Troll.
Oh
So.
my god.
Yep.
Awesome.
Or Grumpy Little Troll,
Grumpy
whichever
Little
the
Troll.
case may be. So.
No.
Where are we going to now?
Well, we're gonna go to more child's voices,
Oh.
children's voices actually. This next one is at a place we're gonna get back into here shortly. So it's a place out of it's a museum. That's all I'll say. But it's on our website and stuff too. But we caught it. We were there very shortly, and we caught a little kid's voice as we were trying to walk around the building. So
It was just Leo and two other people,
Yeah.
and that was it.
and we've been there twice. And yeah,
Here, right now, it's just you
yeah,
that's been there.
yep. Jeremiah got to go back to the reveal.
Yeah.
And I didn't get to go to that one, but so yeah. But this first one is a kid's voice again. We caught there.
All
You
right.
ready, sir?
So what do you think?
I think that one. Go ahead, Jason.
I was just gonna say I play this on the Wichita bus tour.
The ghost tours.
Yeah, on the ghost tours there, and it freaks everybody out because they can actually hear her very clearly.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it even echoes.
Yeah.
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 That's the weird part about that one. A lot of times an EVP won't echo, but this one echoes.
Right.
Yeah.
And you guys are in the background, just getting things together. And
No, we had everything set up already,
Okay.
and this was on the old Zoom recorder we used to use, and it's set up. The Zoom recorder is a fantastic tool. We put it up, and it has condenser mics that go the opposite way. That way, you capture pretty much 360. And we had it set up in the middle of a room, and this is a great hall, basically. Sorry if I hit you. Has a bunch of props in there and stuff like that. It's gigantic. So the hard thing I can't figure out is where she's at in the room, because it could be anywhere, and the Zoom mic will pick it up. We were getting ready to go over to the. Because there's a main building, and then there's some buildings on the outside, kind of like your typical think Boot Hill, think about Cowtown, where there's buildings outside.
Right.
There's a school, a house, and a church out in the very, very back, down this long corridor. We were all getting ready to walk out of the building, and this girl, I don't know if we startled her or what, but what she's saying is, Papa. She's saying, Papa. And the thing is, she's almost sounds like she's scared or nervous, and she's like, either get away from me or wait for me, because we're walking to her, basically. That's the impression I've always got.
Right.
And it's just always, I felt bad. It's like, once again, because the child's voice, I'm like, holy crap, that's creepy. But then when she's panicking because these strange people are coming, it's just like, I felt bad. But,
wow.
So yeah, it's just, once again, kids' voices are strange, and they're just always real weary, or more real leery of them. Excuse me. This next one is also from the same place, the same museum. We'll play it, and then I'm going to go over it, what happened.
Okay.
Those are so cool.
You want the?
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 Those are so cool.
Yeah, it's the whispery voice.
There toward the end, right?
Yeah. Yep. And on the website, it's a lot longer clip. I shortened these down a little bit so I wouldn't have to sit there and go through the noise and stuff. The thing I always thought this was interesting. It was right about Veterans Day. It was getting ready to happen. So this is in the back. We're just in a back area, storage area. Nothing's going on other than the fact is, well, I take that back. Her name is Shirley. She's the one that's the main curator out there. She has an office clear in the back, and was showing this place because she says, I always see a woman in white walk past there in a white dress, and it freaks me out every time I see it. So we're just kind of going through this, and it's just a storage place. And she had out all these uniforms, medals for different wars and stuff like that. And the thing that threw me off is there's something saying "Let the bomb go."
Is that what?
Yeah, and it's just like, well, is this thing attached to a uniform still? What war are they fighting? It's just crazy to hear this, and nobody made mention of it at the time. And when I came back and listened to it, I'm like, what am I hearing? And I'm sure as crap, it says "Let the bomb go," and I'm like, wow, that's crazy to have.
When you're listening to it, it actually almost sounds like a radio transmission. It sounds, that echoey, distorted, electronic type sound. It sounds like a radio transmission.
Yeah, it floored me once again. This place was phenomenal. Every time, like within the first 5 minutes, and we'll play a clip later on from that same area or from that same place. But I kind of broke it up into certain categories. But within the first 5 minutes of setting the recorder down, we were catching EVPs and stuff going on. The stuff that we never caught anywhere else, and it just blew my mind. So
right,
but. We'll keep the theme going with the whole children's voices thing, like I said, because why not? Because they're creepy. This one's actually from the Santa Fe Depot, and this is the first time we went out there and Carl. This is the first time I got a chance to meet you, and Nicole was with us, which was, it's always been, special to me, and so it was early stages of, being ELP for me, anyways, and we were all together.
Too.
Yeah,
right.
Just a different time frame. I mean, I really enjoyed having Jake and Dan on the team, but it just seems like eons ago when we did this. And
well, that was the first time I've done like a huge historical place.
Yeah, especially this magnitude. And when we went to get kids in a candy store, because there's this place out in the middle of Dodge City that you go in there, and you guys have been there, all been there at some point.
Yeah,
it's just all the work they've done over the years, and this is back when it was in its rawest form. I mean, the area we're talking about, this is the staircase that we talked about the little girl all the time.
Yeah.
If you went down the hallway to just from the other opposite end, not where the studio is or the theater part is, but the opposite end, it was just bare bones. It was dirt floor, no conference table, nothing, no city offices back there. It was all open. Under the staircase was open. It was just a whole different feel for it, guys. And we caught this little girl talking to us on the second floor. So, and like I said, Carl was with us at the time. And whenever you're ready, sir, take us away.
Hello?
You hear that?
No.
Say it again.
Hello? I heard that. Hello?
You hear that?
No.
Say it again.
Hello? I heard that. Hello?
You hear that?
No.
Say it again.
Hello? I heard that. Hello?
That one's a little harder to hear.
Yeah.
Were you
'Cause we
saying-
have that one with her speaking.
Yeah. That one, it's more than the second time. The first time she makes a weird little noise. Because that's when you hear me. I'm talking to Claire at the time. I was
Right.
like, "Do you hear that?" She goes, "No." But I actually heard the first part with my ears. And then so I say it again. So Claire says hello again. And I think it's just you and her and I on the staircase.
Mm-hmm.
Thing is, this is the second floor. The girl's upstairs on the third floor. And she was pretty much scared of us, At the time, I think she was once again hiding. Wouldn't come close to us.
Yeah, she wouldn't come close.
But we could still hear her and it was louder with our own ears because we could all hear her making the high-pitched noise.
And what is she saying there?
I honestly don't know. It just sounds like...
I remember that's when she told me no.
Yeah.
For asking if she needed anything.
It's the same sitting when all three of us are sitting there talking to her. It's just a kind of a high-pitched...
I can almost get a hello, but like in a hello distressed
Yeah,
voice.
it has a weird, once again, weird sound to it. Like, kind of scary. I'm scared of you guys, but hi, kind of a, or whatever, I've always pictured her in a dress. I know Carl has his vision of her.
I actually, when she said no to me, when I looked up in excitement, because I could hear her responding to me, I looked up.
You could see her, yeah.
And she was round, I was kind of by the first railing pole right there.
Right.
And I looked up, and after she said no, I saw a dress rounding the corner.
You could see
Oh,
her.
wow.
Huh.
This is back when you could go around the whole place up on top, and there was no walls there up on the very... I mean, there's walls up there, but there was different... There wasn't doors like there is now, and you could hear her that night, see her that night, and I'll be honest, I was a little creeped out that night again, just because we were hearing this kid's voice constantly, and it was just...
I loved it.
Yeah, it was unique. I mean, because you could hear her with your own ears, just talking to us, and she told us her name. That's why, to this day, we have the name that's thrown out there because of that. So, and that's once again the Santa Fe Depot. So, you don't have anything from Depot, do you? You just have different places, right?
No,
Okay, I'm trying to remember what you had. So,
no.
And some of these will be, it's not all audio. Some of it will be video also too, guys. So we'll get to videos here in just a little bit. So, this next place is, I know Jeremiah's been there, I've been there, Jason's been there. This is one of our favorites because it's the old Forum Theater down here in Wichita. We used to have free reign of the place. The owners gave us the keys. We would take people in there, public investigation. That's how we met Roth, actually. We met Paul and Michelle the same way. That's how they all came on the team, because after that they were, and Larry and Cheryl, matter of fact, they were the same way. We used to do public overnights so you could stay there with us overnight, and Larry and Cheryl are the only people that stayed with us. So like, if you guys are crazy enough to stay with us, you guys can join the team, because this one is the infamous, and I think it's on the website too, but it is what it is. So Jeremiah, take it away whenever you're ready.
All right, here we go.
Yeah, it's just the man growling. We went, and it's the first time I got to meet Janet, the owner, and we were just up there having a conversation up there.
We went there for a meeting, right?
Yeah, went to meeting up in the back,
up in the staircase, or up in the
back sanctuary.
bleachers.
Yeah, And we're just having a conversation. You hear Janet's voice talking. That's who's saying it. And this guy didn't like us being there. We don't know who it was. It might have been Ernest. Who knows? It could have been anybody.
So we were talking about doing public events there,
Right.
for her and all that,
Right.
And somebody was mad at us. He was growling at us. It's like, ah.
The moment we asked, can we start bringing the public in here for stuff like this, and he caught that. You heard it though.
I kept hearing movement up there, and I kept looking over. I never saw him that day, but eventually saw him a different time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it piqued my interest. That was the first time we'd been there. Within seconds walking up the staircase, I could hear the noise, and I was like, it's like something hissed at us. But it ended up being, I think, just our shoes. But when I look back and listen to the actual audio, something says, "Go away," right by Ernest's office. Famous Ernest Reed, pastor that we believe is there because he's told us he was there. So when we actually got to go investigate before we started doing public investigations, this is the first time I was in there with Claire. In this room is Claire, myself, and Jan. We were all sitting up in his office just kind of doing our thing. I think you were in the basement.
Probably.
Brendan at the time was down by the DVR in that little hallway we used to do it clear back. Because you'll hear Claire, I think if I didn't cut it off, she'll radio down to him. So I'm going to play the second clip.
All right.
What was that?
I have no clue.
Brendan, was that you? Ask anybody if they drug something.
Was anybody dragging something just a minute ago? Anywhere?
Negative for us in the basement.
What was that?
I have no clue.
Brendan, was that you? Ask anybody if they drug something.
Was anybody dragging something just a minute ago? Anywhere?
Negative for us in the basement.
What was that?
I have no clue.
Now,
Go ahead.
when this was before we started doing public stuff.
Yeah, this
right?
is the first time we went in as a team.
Okay, so I just remember, and I went over this, and I pinpointed the video, because I went over the video of the camera pointing at the stage, and I watched it the entire time. It's just this boring stage for like, I don't know, 5 hours worth of staring at this. But at one point, and I don't know if this is the time, but because it was one of our first times in there together, but it sounded like the piano was being dragged.
Oh, really?
Really loud, and I about fell out of my seat listening to that, because I had to hit rewind and listen to that, and it sounded like the piano being drugged.
What piano?
Up on stage, back behind the curtains and everything, kind of hidden away. There's a piano over there. Now, nothing moved.
Yeah.
It didn't obviously move, but that's what it sounded like, something up there. And I don't know if that's what you guys heard or not.
Well, see, and when in real time we heard it, I mean, we were in his office. His office was just a small little room. Not small, but, a decent size. It's an office. It sounded like if you go out the doorway to the left before you get to the sanctuary, it sounded like it was right there to your left. I mean, it was loud as can be.
In the sanctuary, like up on stage, the piano was just right over there.
It sounded like, in real time, it sounded like a growl to us, because it was just a.
It could have been, but it was something.
That sounds different than what it
sounds
over
like
the years.
Wood, like maybe a bench or
I told, not the bash or anything, but I told Ben and Claire about that. Nothing was ever brought to it.
Yeah.
But if you go back and watch the video, you hear something being dragged very heavy. To me, all I could pinpoint was that it sounded like the piano being drugged.
Right. Yeah.
Just like a foot.
Right.
Well, and you hear Claire go, "Brendan, was that you?" Because Brendan is sitting. Well, we're up on top, high up in the air.
Right.
If you could jump down the stairs, go down to the main sanctuary, and this room is huge. He's clear diagonal opposite from us. She expected him to be able to hear us. He doesn't answer because he doesn't hear us. So it obviously wasn't him. And then so she said, "Go ahead and radio it down." And Jason's in the very basement, because that place had 4 levels. He was in probably his 3rd level, I think. And Jason says, we could hear them talking at different times, and they didn't hear that noise. You would have said something, but you obviously said it wasn't you guys making any noise.
No.
But in real time, it was so loud. It gave me the willies a little bit. I'm like, something's out in the hallway. And this is when I'm still new, you know, kind of green. I'm like, 'cause that's the place I always hated because Claire would tell me, go run the cameras clear up top. And I'm like, by myself? Shit. And even Jeremiah and I were setting up cameras one night, and I decided putting cameras different areas because we never covered this area. And him and I were setting this camera up, and the thing I love about Jeremiah, when he hears something, he hears it because he's deaf in one ear.
Yeah.
And him and I are setting this camera up. I have a cable running it, and he has the camera, and all of a sudden we hear this loud growl in front of us. We're like, I look at him, I'm like, did you hear that? He goes, yeah, I heard it. I'm like, okay. I'm not losing my fucking mind, but I'm going to go change my shorts because I'm pretty sure I just shit myself because something's pissed off that we're here. So yeah, in the beginning, something would always growl at us. I don't know why. And after a while, I think got used to us. They're back, so fuck it. Who cares? We're just going to go and I'll quit growling at them. They're not scared. Because the first time you guys went, you heard the growl.
Yeah.
We had public investigations. It was always up in the sanctuary, up above you by his office. Things would get growled at you. Like, he was not happy that we were there.
Yeah.
So, never threatening, just growl. So, but.
Well, now in the growl that you guys, the previous one, now, okay, see, in the growl itself, I'm catching a frail man's voice. Either could be bad or catch it bad.
Maybe. I don't
know. You might want to listen to that and see if you can hear that. But.
Definitely, yeah. But he's obviously, like I said, this is in the early stages. He was pissed off that we were there.
Yeah.
So. Go ahead and go to number 3 on that one, if you would. This is just a odd noise, if I remember right. Oh yeah, I do remember it.
Okay.
Now I have the device.
What was that? Oh, that was your stomach. Is it you, Claire?
No.
Okay.
Now I have the device.
What was that? Oh, that was your stomach. Is it you, Claire?
No.
Okay.
Now I have the device.
What was that? Oh, that was your stomach. Is it you, Claire?
No.
Okay.
Now I have the device.
What was that?
Oh, that was your stomach.
Like a raspy voice.
It was like and then that little.
It was an I do, and then you got to be kidding me, or you kidding me?
I have no idea. I've
Yeah,
never.
the kidding me is that raspy voice.
Yeah.
I've never understood what it was. To me, it just sounded like a noise to me all these years. But obviously, I heard it because I was like, "Oh, it's somebody's stomach," you know. It's just once again, Claire, Jan, and myself up in there. The same time the dragon sound happened, and Claire's like, "No, it's not me." And this is the same time where I physically chased Ernest around the room because he was latching on to Claire basically. Like, he would not leave her alone. I had a millimeter in my hand, and I didn't play that tonight, but you can hear me going. I'm like, this thing's climbing up to 9 point whatever, you know, on the millimeter because it's just. And I physically walked around him. And I know Jason and them had the experience in the basement with the cell sensor with the thing coming up, and we played that before in the past. But he was there, but he would never. He didn't like us or the guys, anyways, for sure. Of course, that's the first place everybody wanted to go was Ernest's office, just to, you know, see if they could get him stirred up. Yeah.
Well, that's where he said his name to us.
Well, that was in the that was in the balcony, the choir loft.
That was in the choir loft.
Yeah, because it was Ben and I up there, and that's when I first started working with the team. When Ben and I was trying to test me out a little bit, see what I could do, and him and I were up there, and I could hear this thing in the hallway behind us, and. On the original clip, Ben goes, "If anybody's here with us, you know, give us your name, whatever." And that's when he says Ernest Reed.
Right.
And now you hear him in the clip say something like, basically, I thought he said no originally, but I said there's something in the hallway behind us, dude, and that's where he was coming from, which is his office, basically.
Right
yep. So this last one is from the forum also too. It's also in his office. It's just once again same. It's all in the same clip basically. It's Claire, myself, and Jan. It's the number 4. Excuse me.
Okay, here we go.
What the hell was that?
What was that? I have no idea.
Something hit the glass or something, didn't it?
Yeah.
What the hell was that?
What was that? I have no idea.
Something hit the glass or something, didn't it?
Yeah.
What the hell was that?
What was that? I have no idea.
Something hit the glass or something, didn't it?
Yeah.
What the hell was that?
What was that? I have no idea.
I mean,
that was kind of cool.
That's what if I know you guys didn't get a chance to go see it, and you can if you drive from the outside, you can see it. In his offices is actual stained glass, and we're just sitting there having a conversation, and once again, he doesn't like us being in his office, and banged on the window basically, and when this loud as can be, and I went back and did the same thing and thumped on it, and sure as shit, I mean that's something it could be. So back at the time, I don't think it had a light. I didn't have a light in that office, or maybe I can't remember what they were doing some remodeling at the time.
Yeah, they were remodeling it all.
So there was nothing in there, no light bulbs, nothing like that would make that noise other than stained glass. I just thought it was interesting that he was mad that we're there. So, trying to think if there's anything else to play from anything, but we can go to this. Wilson's.
All right.
We're going to play some clips from Wilson next when Jeremiah's ready. This is important because once again we have the event coming up in April. The Meta Para conference. The inaugural Meta Para conference. This is a couple different locations. The first three clips will be from Grandma's Soda Shop. The second one will be from the actual Midland itself. The actual hotel.
So just FYI on the number 4 clip, the one right in the middle, I didn't get that clip.
That's fine.
So.
Okay.
It wasn't in the email or download.
That's fine. We're not gonna play it. No biggie. So start with number 1, if you would.
Okay.
And this is in the basement of the soda shop where I've had some phenomenal activity happen, and I know you have too. So.
Yeah.
Can you make this move in circles? Cause I wasn't here. I want to see you move it in circles.
Push really hard.
Can you make this move in circles? Cause I wasn't here. I want to see you move it in circles.
Push really hard.
Can you make this move in circles? Cause I wasn't here. I want to see you move it in circles.
Push really hard.
Can you make this move in circles? Cause I wasn't here. I want to see you move it in circles.
Push really hard.
This was once again it was on a public. Was it a public investigation? I can't remember, but it.
No. I don't think so.
What it was is we were. If anybody's been with us to the soda shop, there's a big main area that's all unfinished, and then you go next door where the infamous rock throwing happened.
Mm-hmm.
If you go back, there's a clothing store right there, and this is the night of they had a rack of clothes, and we just happened to be walking by, and the thing is swinging back and forth. Like
it was just the team.
The garment, yeah. The thing I love about it is Brendan was with me down there too, and he's the one who saw it too. And Brendan's a hard person to impress, and he was saying, "This thing's moving on us, guys." So he saw that, and so when Renee came down because they were upstairs and they were coming over from the other place. And Renee, you heard her voice, said, "I wasn't here to see this. Can you do that?" And you hear something plain as day says, "I don't want to."
I don't want to.
Yeah, I'm not going to perform to you guys.
Because we investigated a private home that night, and then we went back over to then we went over to the soda shop just to kind of show Brendan all that.
Okay,
so
that
we went down there,
now. Okay.
and we went down there to film because we had Casey was with us.
Right. See, we weren't even supposed to be in that place. We just had access to it. So I forgot we were doing a private home that night.
Yeah.
So this next one you've never heard, I don't think, but it makes me laugh because this was during a public investigation in the basement of Grandma's Soda Shop, and we're having some fun just taunting because people were just kind of milling around, and you get what you ask for. And speaking of the person you talked about earlier, we got the scare of her lifetime down there, and we'll let it play through.
You know about that.
Maybe.
One you asked for.
You have that one?
Yeah.
Good.
So, go ahead.
Ready?
Yep.
Do you want us to leave?
So give us a definite sign. It has to be loud enough because this machine behind me is running. What was that? What was that?
Shit, a brick. Do you want us to leave?
So give us a definite sign. It has to be loud enough because this machine behind me is running. What was that? What was that?
Shit, a brick. Do you want us to leave?
I guessed.
That's funny.
So to set that up, a couple people were next door in the clothing area, and it was 2 guests sitting on this little pedestal, like this little bench in the middle of the room, and it was Aaron and myself were sitting there talking, and Aaron's the one that says about doing something basically, and I noticed the machine right next to me is kind of running, so I said, if you're gonna do something, this has to be pretty damn loud because this machine's on, and you hear that loud and I had my back turned to it. Unfortunately, I do have it on video, but it's on the GoPro. This thing comes up behind between Aaron and I and just goes blows real loud, and the guest's face basically, and she loses her mind. You hear her scream because it's a genuine horror movie scream because the thing she could feel the breath of the air, whatever this thing was down there. Yeah. And you hear the other guest go, "I just shit a brick," because it freaked the crap out of them enough to where people upstairs were heard them. They were like, "What's going on down there? Somebody getting killed?" Basically, it's like holy shit. So it's always made me laugh because I don't get scared easy. It cracked me up.
Oh, that was you screaming, huh?
Yeah, me and my high pitched scream. So it was enough that it made the guest quit that night. She quit. She didn't investigate the rest of the night.
That basement's fun, man. I've only been down there the one time, but me and Roth got to, we got them to throw a rock at us. Too,
yep. So. Well, you and I, when I took you down there.
Yeah.
You went down there with me just to get a little glimpse of it, and you walked ahead of me, and then something was thrown right there.
Yeah.
Kind of like, get away, get out.
This next one's still in the basement of Grandma's Soda Shop. You hear this thing talking to us. I'm trying to think if it's about the same time of the infamous moving of clothes, but I can't remember until we hear it when Jeremiah's there. I think I know why it's delaying Jeremiah. I think when you have to go through and turn it on, the eye and all that stuff, and I think it's already playing the clip.
And, yeah, and it is. It's because
I noticed that.
It's set to I don't have the clips set up quite yet, so the audio monitoring is turned off, so I have to go turn the audio monitoring on.
I got you. That's why it's a delay, because it's usually some of the stuff's at the beginning, but we'll loop it and play it through. So
I mean, they can hear it just fine out there.
Yeah,
There's no delay or interruption for them. It's just us.
Okay, that makes more sense. Okay.
All right. Okay, so which one are we doing now? Sorry.
Number 3.
There it is. Okay. All right, here we go.
Thing is just swaying. Doesn't make any sense. It's still moving, isn't it?
Yeah.
Thing is just swaying. Doesn't make any sense. It's still moving, isn't it?
Yeah.
Thing is just swaying. Doesn't make any sense. It's still moving, isn't it?
Yeah.
Thing is just swaying.
So this is the thing we were talking about earlier with the clothing. The thing said it didn't want to move it. I don't know whose voice that is. It's nobody's voice. It sounds almost female in nature.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys got a chance to what it said, but you hear Brennan talking about it. Like I said, Brennan's a huge skeptic, and he's seen this thing move. And also, too, it's like it doesn't make any sense. This thing's just moving on its own. Because we had this clothing move, and you say, stop moving, and it stopped. Go ahead and do it again, so it start moving again for you. And it was just the bizarrest thing I've ever seen.
Almost sounded like it said, get back here. Can't get
close.
back here. Or
close.
Something like that.
What the shit?
What?
My computer was moving on its own.
On the light popped.
Yeah, that light just went crazy, and then this shit was jumping on its own. It says it's right here, standing right here.
It's right here.
Because I was like, it doesn't make any sense. Why is this thing moving? And whoever's there is answering, well, it's right here, standing right here. That's why it's moving. So, fuck, who knows, man? It was the craziest shit I've ever seen. The fact that it would move on command, and by the time Casey and Renee and them got down there, you could see, because it was dusty down there, you could see where the swivel marks were, and they're like, oh shit, yeah, I can see it right there, all this dust. And Brendan and I weren't touching it. We're just like dumbfounded this thing's moving on. So, and there was no air down there moving it, so it's not as if. And the fact it was start and stop on command was what even made it more powerful. It's just like, wow. This is
one of the pictures I brought that we can get to later is from the basement there.
Oh, that's from the basement? I thought that was upstairs.
The thermal's from the basement.
Oh, that part was. I thought you meant the other part. Okay.
No.
Gotcha. Next part, we're going to jump over to the actual hotel itself that you went to investigate, where the conference will be held also, too. You're going to number 5, is that right, Jeremiah?
Yes.
Okay.
Give me...
You're fine. This is the infamous sheriff. This is the first time Jason and I got to go in there, and we're sitting there having this conversation with the thing. I'm trying to remember if this is through the ghost box. I think it is. It's when you and I were seeing the thing in the bathroom, and Larry and Ruth are next door.
Right.
And we're just talking to this thing, this person we think is a sheriff. He's answering us.
Does he have it?
I got the yes sir clip, not the okay.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. So.
Right.
Sorry, I probably just that was probably a spoiler,
okay.
but
nah, it's not gonna hurt anything.
All right, here we go.
Did you kill yourself, or did somebody do it? Did you kill yourself, or did somebody do it? Did you kill yourself, or did somebody do it? Did you kill yourself, or did somebody do it?
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah, so something told us, but I don't know how much, because the rumor was he was hanged, he was lynched, he was.
Right.
He's saying yes, sir, he killed himself, but I don't know if that's true or not.
Well, but when we were, I don't know, because when we were there in that room talking, I started asking, you know who did it, didn't
Right.
you? And I think he said yes.
He gave us a name.
He gave us a name.
It's hard to hear what it said.
But just trying to, I don't know.
And I was going to play another one. He actually told us, I said, how did you do it, whatever, and it says he was hanged. He says hanged. So that's why it was a little weird when he said, yes, sir, I killed myself, basically.
Wake up, Dan.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm awake.
You need some more energy drinks.
Yes.
The next one's going to be the actual room down the hallway with the little infamous little girl that everybody sees and heard, and we've interacted with many a times. I don't know if you guys had the opportunity to talk to her, but she's there. I mean, she talks to us.
She likes you.
Okay.
Okay, hang on.
No, I'm not meaning that.
No, I know. I'm just giving you shit. Sorry, we're going to get there in a second. And the last one will be a video here from that same area.
Okay, you got talk for just a second.
Okay, and done. Yeah, no, this, like I said, this is the infamous Room 309 that when we do our public investigations, when we have the conference up there, we rent those out to the team only. That way we can make sure the public gets a chance to go out and actually investigate these places. Because they're definitely hot spots amongst other rooms, other floors, but this is the main.
Oh, yeah.
This is what the Wilson's known, the Midland's known for, these rooms right here. The Sheriff's Room, Room 306. 305, sorry. And then Midland, or the Little Girl's Room 309. So.
And then, you really have a chance anywhere you stay in there. We were staying on the second floor. I don't remember what it was. It was the Estridge room.
The estrogen room?
I was just hanging out in there. I was laying on the bed, and my wife had left the room, and I thought she came back because the doorknob literally turned and the door opened. I went to say something to her, and the door just opened, and nobody was standing there, and then it just closed.
Oh yeah.
It's like,
The first time we were there, we had 211, the bunk room, and something came up and walked in our room and slammed the door. It made me jump out of bed, and I was just like, who just left? And nobody was out there.
I literally saw the knob turn.
Yeah.
And the door came open. I went to say something to her.
Which room?
I don't remember. It was when you come in, you go the main stairway.
Yeah.
Right at the top of that stairway.
Right
it's
there.
like Etheridge or something.
I know what you're talking about. I've seen the name. I just can't remember what number that is.
You saw that? Wow. See, that's a claim that a lot of people have from there, from the hotel. It doesn't matter which room either. They just see the door.
Or what floor.
It did.
Or what floor, yeah.
And then one of my guests later that night, we were walking by and I said, well, this is the room that I rented. This is the one I'm staying in. And they said, well, is your room locked? And well, yeah, it's locked. So I tried it. And they said, well, we walked by it earlier and the door was just open. And then we walked back by and the door was closed.
Wow.
So...
Yeah. Well, there were guests that came in and stayed in 211 because it happened to be just a room that was open to them. And it was a mother and daughter whose father the husband couldn't get there in time. So they just got that room. They went into stay, and I don't know what's wrong with them.
Tripping, man.
Yeah.
I got a strobe light going on here. But they said that as they were sitting there on the bed talking and getting ready to go to sleep, because it had been a long day, they heard the door unlock on its own, and the handle started to turn and open the door. The mom went over there to open it up, and nobody there.
Liz said 205, by the way.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay.
Yeah, so, yeah, that's up the hallway. So, okay, we say number 5, number 6, I'm sorry.
Yes.
So this is once again,
Yeah.
Okay. Once again, this is the little girl's room down the hallway from the sheriff, and she's talking to us. So.
Sorry about that. I had it set up wrong.
Sorry.
That's okay. You're old.
Yeah, you know.
We can skip the other one. It's fine. But no, that was the clip. If you had a chance to watch the KSN episode when they did it, they went up there. I gave them that clip from our team. As you can see, that's the little girl's room. We had a camera stationary that night sitting in there, and nobody was in there at the time. You hear like something like a clap, and then you hear her voice come through, and I don't know who she was talking to or what was being said. Once again, this was on a public investigation, so there was no kids there. But we've caught her many times. We've had full conversations. We followed her out in the hallway and talked to her, and she's very, very vocal. And the people that work there see her all the time.
Yeah.
You know, in the windows and up and down the staircase, running down the hallways. I mean, the place is pretty incredible. I mean, you'll get your money's worth definitely if you go out there for the show, you know, or for the conference out there in April. So that's just a few of the clips from Wilson area.
I've got the other clip from that room if you want.
You can play it. It's an audio clip. We'll see if it comes through. Yeah, go ahead and play it.
All
That's
right.
a little girl talking to, I think, us again.
Okay.
We're actually in the room, though.
All right, here goes.
We all have kids here. My kids are really young. They're almost your age. If we brought them up here to play with you, would that be okay? We all have kids here. My kids are really young. They're almost your age. If we brought them up here to play with you, would that be okay? We all have kids here. My kids are really young.
Good one. That was kind of hard to hear. She's basically saying how many, like how many kids do you have? It's like, how many?
Yeah.
It's just a quick whisper. It's kind of hard. I thought it was better than that when I listened to last night, but that was hard to hear. So, this
Still
next
good.
one.
Still real good.
The next one I'll have Jeremiah. We'll go to that next folder if you don't mind.
Yeah.
This is one that Jeremiah can set up because he was there.
Yeah. So I'm not sure which version of the clip we've got here, but
Just the video itself.
yeah. So this is the infamous. If you've watched the show for very long at all, you've heard us talk about the Project House, and the Project House down in Anthony was a house that I owned at the time, and was in the process of remodeling, and it's actually what got me started. It was 90% of the reason for me starting the team to start with. Just because of some of the crazy stuff that happened there when I was remodeling this old home. It was built in 1929, and it was the town dentist's house. You know, I think his name was Doc Brown. I even actually took care of some people at the nursing home down there that remembered him. Wow. And so, yeah, it was just crazy. But so we had a lot of investigations there at this house, and this one night I had a person in there who was a medium, and he kept sensing something up in the attic space of the house. Now the house was completely gutted. There was no drywall or insulation or anything. The house was completely gutted at this point in time. You could see straight up to the bottom side of the roof.
Right.
And he kept sensing something up there, but we couldn't ever coax it down out of the rafters to come. So I thought, okay, now what the hell, if it's not going to come up, come down and play with us, I'll go up there and see if it'll play with me. And so that was kind of you can. The lighting in this video is weird. You can see where I'm sitting, but you can't actually see me because the infrared light's getting blocked. So, yeah, I'll leave it at that, and let you guys take a look.
Darkness is not my light. Darkness is not my light. Darkness is not my light. darkness and not my light.
So at the end of that clip, when it freezes, you can see the shape there, and it's facing the camera pretty much directly on, and I'm sitting about 2 feet behind where it's at, up there in the rafters. And you got to remember, this is like the middle of September, and it was hot up there. It was stinking hot up there in this attic, and I'm sitting up there. I'm sweating bullets, and then all of a sudden my back just gets ice cold. And before I even say anything, the guy that's filming, who is actually also the medium that was there with us that night, says, "Dude, this thing is right behind you." And right at the same time that my back just goes ice cold. And so yeah, it was a crazy night. It was really wild.
Yeah, and to catch something like that on camera is incredible.
Yeah.
Because it's a rarity for anybody to. I mean, that's the holy grail when it comes to paranormal. You have the camera pointed in the right direction. We talked about it before, and the fact that the medium knew it was there and said, "Hey, shoot there."
Right. Yeah.
And you guys caught it. So, and the original clip I still have yet to see. I know Jason's seen it, and I think a couple other people have seen it. I know it's a lot longer and more in depth and detailed. Unfortunately, the clip we have here is just it's been recorded over and over. I mean, it's different versions of it, so it's kind of hard to see. So hopefully people at home can see it. If not, it's on all the websites we have. You can go back and view it, and you can definitely see it more in depth.
When it pauses, you can definitely see the face staring down.
Yeah.
It glows, the eyes illuminate.
It's the creepiest thing ever.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what it is.
Yeah.
It looks alien to me.
Well, and not long after that clip was filmed, it was probably, I don't know, 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, give or take, and we were just dead tired, and we decided to call it a night. And so I apologize if any of you guys out there have heard me hear this or heard me tell this story before, but I just every time I think about it in my mind, I still have a hard time wrapping my mind around what I saw, because this was just right after that clip was filmed. Like I said, they turned on the lights, which that, like I said, the house was completely gutted. There weren't any actual house lights in it. These were all work lights, so all the light was coming up from down underneath. So any shadows that were cast should have been cast upwards. But as soon as they turned on the lights, I go to stand up, and I'm turning around, and my eyes catch something, and I look, and there's a shadow laying across the top of the rafters. Now, any shadow, like I said a while ago, any shadow that was cast should have been up on the bottom of the roof. But this was on the top. But there was no light coming from up there that would have been able to cast this. So this shadow was just this dark spot laying across the top of those rafters, and then all of a sudden, as soon as I saw it, it just kind of drew back up and went down the wall. And I'm like, what the hell did I just see? Holy shit. And so actually, if I remember correctly, we turned the lights back off and investigated for about another half hour, but it was just dead after that. There was nothing else.
Wow.
Nothing.
That's insane.
So
that's crazy. Yeah, I mean I remember you guys when I first joined the team, they just take the newbies there. But this is after Jeremiah didn't have a house anymore. But they said if you can survive in this house, you can stay on the team. It's just
it never failed. It was one of the times I got scratched was there.
Damn. Yeah, so, the infamous picture we played. Or shown before in the past. Yep. So that's crazy. Yeah. So I wish you still had it so we can go and investigate. But, that's neither here nor there. So what's up?
No, I'm just anxious to hear this next one.
No, this is a place we're trying to get back into, and we may have the inn. I think Dan's the one that has the hookup to this place now.
Yes.
Okay. This is a place in Hutch. It's a house where, unfortunately, a drug deal happened, or was supposed to happen, and a murder took place. This is the place that I was thinking about Jason and the infamous tote bag.
Oh, yeah.
Getting drug around on the floor and Jason jumping up, 30 feet up in the air.
I didn't jump up. I fell backwards a little bit.
Okay.
But that's about it.
Because something moved this big, heavy tote bag. And the thing that's always... Because what happened was the murder happened in the kitchen, started in the kitchen, drug her down the stairs. He killed her, put bleach on her body, tried to get her... Bleach or lime? I think
Bleach.
Wow. On her and tried to get rid of the body, and
she was there for 3 days.
And the stain still illuminates to this day, supposedly, that where the body is. I've never seen it. I'm just going about it from word of mouth.
No, it does. The stain's still there because the protein in the blood keeps soaking up. You can still, you can even see where practically where the wounds were.
Oh my gosh!
There.
Oh, you weren't there for that?
Nope.
Oh, I thought you were there.
None of you guys were there.
I knew I wasn't there, obviously.
So he attacked her in the kitchen. I think there's 20 stab wounds.
Oh wow!
Slit her throat, cut the tongue out. I mean, it's all documented because it was a court case.
Right.
He went to jail and all that.
Record.
So it's public record.
Yeah.
But the owner or the renter of the house did not know any of this when she moved in.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
And started having issues in the house. And this is
this
is a few of the
these next two clips are. Don't know what it is. We don't know if it's a struggle, if it's residual, if it's the murder happening again.
Right.
But you'll hear it. It's pretty obvious what's going on. So that's what we're
all right.
Ready.
Here goes. Wow.
Yeah.
You hear that?
Yeah.
Sounds like somebody's struggling.
It's kind of disturbing.
It is. She's saying, "Help me!" Like, to me, it's not like she's getting strangled or whatever. I don't know what her voice sounded like.
I don't know what she sounded like, but I don't know at what point he cut her throat, all that, and where most of it happened. But she's just doing dishes, waved him in because when we get back in there, you'll see exactly. As soon as you go into the kitchen, you can imagine how it all went down.
Yeah, right.
From where the kitchen is to where the staircase, where he dragged her down and left her down there.
Yeah, because she knew him. I mean, that's why she had no problem him coming in. He was a client of hers, sold drugs to him, unfortunately. And I don't know if he thought she had money or what, or more drugs
it was
bad deal.
It was a bad trip that he had.
That's right.
The drugs that she was cutting was not good.
Yeah.
She's mixing different things together that shouldn't have been.
Oh,
he had a bad trip off of it, so he decided to get revenge on her.
Yep.
Wow.
So, and once again, this next clip is similar, but another clip we caught there.
Ready?
Yep.
Wow.
Same voice.
Same voice.
Yeah.
Same desperation. I think it says help.
Help.
Or, it's just, once again, is it the murder happening? We don't know. It's just the fact that the same person struggling twice. 2 different clips, 2 different times. And
wow.
Yeah, it's sad.
Yeah.
I mean,
it was very surreal being in the house and knowing what had happened and seeing it. I felt like I was in a Dateline episode, because the whole night I kept imagining what had happened and everything. And I think there's even like an audio clip of that we have the struggle, the actual
I didn't
struggle,
put it on there,
right?
Yeah.
It sounds pretty horrific because I mean, it sounds because we heard something from the bedroom, and I remember even Ben kind of peeking out the door and leaning into the hallway.
Yeah.
Trying to see because we were hearing all this noise coming from the kitchen area.
Yeah.
And that's where it happened.
Wow. Yeah.
Most of it, at least, the initial attack.
Melanie, I think, Dan, you know her, she said, sounds like a cat, which it does sound like a cat.
It does sound like a cat, but, you know, I mean, if you're being stabbed and throat cut, who knows what you sound like?
Right.
You know, your voice is going to be distorted anyway. But,
right.
But when we first heard this, you know, you can hear the definite help me and help.
Yeah.
You know, but it does sound like a cat.
No felines in the house at that time.
No. She didn't have any cats in the house.
Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't there, so that's before my time.
I mean, we asked about pets, and she didn't have any. So.
Yeah. Yep. So.
Wow.
And there's no cats there that night of the investigation.
Yeah.
Second time we went there, she had a couple of ferrets. The woman renting.
Yeah.
Right.
But they don't sound like that.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're going to jump to a different case here, pretty close to Wichita here. It's one that Jason and I had the opportunity to go to, and this one we talked about.
Freaky place.
It'll haunt me forever just for the fact of what we stumbled upon. It's a farmhouse out in Benton, Kansas, and just the shit we saw inside this place was incredible. The story they told us about, seeing multiple elderly women in there and things of that nature.
Elderly woman, voices in the around the tree line and the property.
Yeah.
Just all kinds of stuff. Just seeing things that they couldn't explain.
Right.
They went upstairs. So.
Yep. So when you're ready, go
Are
ahead.
you guys freaking out with the Cody that ran by you?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the wind went by. It's like, wow. Okay.
When you're ready, Jeremiah, going to play that first clip, number 4.
Alrighty.
It's just funny.
Yeah.
Do you not want David or Ruth here? Do you not want David or Ruth here? Do you not want David or Ruth here?
Wow.
What do you think about that?
I've never heard that one before. I don't think that's pretty wild.
Yeah, it's that place, highly intelligent. Whatever was there, it was saying Leo's name.
Yeah,
I think it's
is what it's saying.
Yeah, and it sounds female.
Yeah,
it sounds female, but at the same time, it's saying he's not listening because you were asking about
you don't want David or his mom there basically, or things like that, and it's saying, well, he's not listening. Whoever this, and it sounds like a male and a female together saying this in unison, and it just baffled me when I heard that. We have a new person on staff here. Who is this guy?
Yeah. Who is that?
Dorothy, welcome back, buddy.
Abandoned our show to go make pizza.
I'm so glad to be back. How's everybody doing?
Good. How you doing?
I heard you guys are listening to some new evidence.
Goldust is kind of doing the best of.
That's awesome.
You can see what's all right there. Next one is the...
All right, so you ready?
Obvious. Yeah. Same Benton house.
Here goes.
You never been here.
Do you not want David or Ruth here?
We got distracted.
There we go. Now
why do you
let's
keep
try
on
that.
trying to bother Ruth? What? Why do you keep on trying to bother Ruth? What? Why do you keep on trying to bother Ruth? What? Why do you keep on trying to bother Ruth? What? Why do you keep on trying to bother Ruth?
That's not creepy at all.
Yeah. So it told us why it was messing with their son, controlling him. It's telling us it's Satan. I've never been floored in my life hearing that in real time, and then also going back and hearing it. It's insane. I mean,
because that was just the spirit box. That wasn't an app or anything like that. It wasn't spitting out stuff. Like a lot of those apps will spit out Satan or demon or This was actual spirit box coming through over multiple channels, and it said
right.
Yeah, it was creepy because that was up in the opposite bedroom, not his bedroom, the one across the hallway with the one with all the wasps. Remember?
Yeah.
That this place had this place was so bizarre. for some reason, this one bedroom had nothing but wasps in there, and I'm just freaking out the whole time. I'm allergic to wasps.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't want to be up here, but I want to be here, you know. And, it's just, and then we hear this shit because of Satan. It's just like, holy shit, why? Why is this happening?
That's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, and this is the place we talked about had all the guns and knives and a live Uzi, loaded, locked and loaded, ready to go.
Yep.
Every inch of that place had some kind of weaponry.
Yeah, because the Uzi was, where the old salon room was, and where the client was attacked by her son. In the closet, I'd opened up I saw that there's like a hidden doorway there, and I opened it up. And there's a staircase that went up.
Yeah.
To this whole nother room, and up there's only a single box on the floor. And I was a little nervous in opening it, but
it said Uzi on the outside. I'm like, is it really an Uzi? Open it up. Sure as shit, it's loaded Uzi.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I was like, and the whole time I'm thinking, ghosts can manipulate shit, man. We're sitting in a
right. And I like guns. I don't like the gun fanatics that are like that fanatic where every room had bullets, ammunition, crossbows, throwing stars, swords, shotguns, rifles, everything you could think of.
Wow. Grenade
it was everywhere. Yeah, I was waiting for a grenade to be shown.
That's about the thing we didn't see
that's
there.
about the only thing.
Shotguns, and there was inside the house, in the garage, the big old open case that we kind of politely closed and locked. Because we're like, this is out in the open. It's kind of freaky. So,
I mean, it was kind of cool to see all that stuff because it's like, wow, but I didn't want to touch it.
Right.
Is this the place where he eventually chased her down the street?
Yeah. And that place, the clip before He's Not Listening, that happened in the room that attacked. She got attacked in.
Right.
But it's just Ben, myself, and Jason sitting in this dark room talking, asking these questions, and you can hear this voice come through.
Oh, yeah, you can hear it.
So, it's the place with...
That's sweet.
It was creepy.
You guys would have liked it.
Yeah. We may get back in there.
I hope so.
We're trying to get back in there again.
Yeah.
She's never sold it. She couldn't sell the place.
It's well, I can imagine why you can't sell it because I mean, just going back and what Brendan and I saw on the property was enough for us, and this was in daylight, and what we saw out in the court in the yard in front of the barn was enough for anybody to say, "I'm not buying this."
Yeah. Guys, I hate to say it, but I cannot run long tonight. So.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll do part 2 next weekend. We still have more to go through. This is just a small dosage of what we have to offer. Some of the stuff's on the website, some of it's not. So we'll get more out there and we'll talk about it and have some fun. So he's mouthing words.
All right.
Somebody take us home.
All right. So like and share our page. Share it with everybody that you know. Get out there to call the hotel, book your room for April 26th and 27th and 28th. Tickets are on sale at roadtripparanormal.com. Let's have
remember,
fun,
we're still looking for vendors for that event too. So if you're interested in setting up a 1 day, it's a 1 day booth. The vendor fair is 1 day, right?
Yeah, just there on Saturday the 27th.
So if you're interested in having a booth at the vendor fair there, call the hotel. It's a really reasonable booth rent.
Yeah, $25. That's all you got. So,
and I got a quick question on that. I know you got to go. We're only allowing a certain amount of tickets sold, correct?
As far as I know, as of right now, yes.
Okay, so I just found out one of the ladies that is, running this and helping run and sponsor is getting ready to do a huge email blast. She also is part of the Stanley Hotel.
Yeah.
So you can imagine the amount of people that she's going to blast this out to. So once those tickets are gone, we're done.
Yeah.
So if this is something you're really thinking about doing, get your tickets because once that blast goes out in the next couple days, it's going to fill up quick.
Yeah. And we've got 6 speakers, I think, all together for Saturday. So that spot's already clear, full and everything. So if there's a workshop you want to do, get in touch with us. But if you wanted your booth for a vendor spot, please call the hotel and book that booth spot and your hotel room. It's going to be a fun time.
Yep.
And other than that, we're done.
All right. Like, share, subscribe, and we will see you guys next weekend.
Part 2.
Yes. Part 2. Some things that none of us have heard before.
Yeah.
So.
Cool.